Mikel Arteta got Gabriel Jesus signing decision right. He has been hailed by Jamie Carragher. We are discussing Willian, talking about his hard time had at Arsenal. And lastly, we are going to discuss a little bit of Mikel Arteta talking about the celebrations of the Arsenal team each and every time they win their game of football. Remember, they started doing this in their first game of the season that they beat Crystal Palace by 2-0, and people and pundits were really attacking them that why are they celebrating? It's like they've won the trophy. Now, look at where they are. They are topping the Premier League table. Do you still have questions as to why they are celebrating each and every time they won a game? Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. Now, I landed on this story of Jamie Carragher talking about how Mikel Arteta got the signing of Gabriel Jesus right. And I think he has really hit the nail on its top. You know, Jamie Carragher is a controversial journalist or pundit, but his punditry sometimes finds him in right decisions. In his right senses to give us the best that we deserve, and we are going to appreciate him. That's why our job is to react. We are reactionary, that's it. So today I decided to react to what this man said, and let me first read to you what Jamie Carragher had to say. Jamie Carragher said, Spurs went into pre-season having just finished above Arsenal. Then they paid £60 million for Richarlison, the man who plays number 9 for Brazil, to be a backup striker. Arsenal bought his international understudy, Gabriel Jesus, for £45 million. He concluded by saying, who made the smarter purchase? Spurs have fallen way behind because of poor football decisions and erratic performances, not lack of investment. Now, who made the better signing? It's Arsenal. I remember towards the transfer window when Arsenal was linked to Jesus and Richarlison, see Arsenal podcast, he told me that I rather a Richarlison than a Gabriel Jesus. I went ahead and told him, then you don't wish your team well. I asserted to him that I would prefer a player who makes players around him better than a player who goes in and really runs in a lot and puts in a lot of effort when he has nothing else he does to make other players around him better. And that has gone ahead to reflect in reality. Richarlison has not scored any goal for Spurs in the Premier League. By the time Jesus left for the World Cup, he had scored 5 goals and created 6-7 assists. And there are very many goals that he had a hand in, though the assists were not really counted on him. Till now, Richarlison is still searching for his first Premier League goal. Even yesterday he scored one. It was cancelled or ruled out because he was offside. So, Arsenal made a better signing. And for Mikel Arteta, it shows you how he makes his decisions. And this decision, he got it right. For Gabriel Jesus, he got it right, and a big round of applause, because this man is a fighter. He makes players around him better. That's why you look at the games that Arsenal lost in the first 14 games they played before the World Cup. They won 12, drew 1 and lost 1. This time around they've played 8, they've lost 2, drawn 2 and won 4. So it shows you that there is a very huge difference every time Arsenal is having Gabriel Jesus and when they're not having him. This is where I go all out with those people that are saying that Thomas Partey is the most important player at Arsenal. I believe he's among the most important, but he's not the most important. Jesus is the most important player at Arsenal. You know, he's the only player at Arsenal whose role can't be really, how do I term it? Whose role can't be really be fulfilled in his absentia. I think there are 3 players. William Saliba, Gabriel Jesus, Martin Odegaard. Those 3 players are replaceable at Arsenal. I think even Zinchenko comes into that group. Zinchenko also comes that good because no one can play right back as so no one can play left back as Zinchenko. So to me, it comes to my understanding that Jesus is the most important player of Arsenal, and it has reflected. Jamie Carragher calling out Jesus having been bought for £45 billion, it's because he was left with just 1 year in his contract and City never wanted to lose him on a free. And he was not willing to renew his contract at City. That's it. Even Pep Guardiola came out and cleared the air that they wanted Jesus to stay, but Jesus never wanted to stay. And there is no reason as to why Man City could keep a player who is not happy to start the club. That's it. I think if he had like 2 years left on his contract, would have gone for like 70 or 80 million pounds. I believe the value of Gabriel Jesus is way above that of Richarlison. At the national team, Jesus was not played as a centre forward always at Man City. That's why he was not even called very many times for the Brazilian national team, especially during the qualifiers and other games that Brazil used to play, because he was being played as a wide forward and Vinicius Jr. was doing a better job than him, and there is no way you could go in for Jesus and leave Vinicius Jr. But when he came in at Arsenal and is being played as a centre forward, trust me, there is no way Richarlison is going to start ahead of Jesus at the Brazilian national team. Tite is just an admirer of the player, and maybe when they take in Ancelotti being an admirer of Richarlison, maybe he might play him ahead of. But I don't see that happening because Madrid was interested in signing Gabriel Jesus, but there was no space to let him in because they needed Vinicius Jr. to get his is it permit all citizenship thingy down in Spain, and obviously he couldn't go. So Arteta got this decision right, and he deserves all the recommendations, the acknowledgements, the hails, and so on and so forth. And Jamie Carragher has been on spot onto that because Richarlison is really looking bad. And there are players who can't thrive under pressure. There are players who can only thrive when they are the only ones who are really taken as the first choice or priority. And I think that's what Richarlison is facing. But I think next season, he might find himself really hitting the ground running at Spurs. Reason being, looks like Harry Kane is going to Manchester United, meaning that he's going to be the talisman of Tottenham Hotspur, leading the line to get them those goals. Now, today we know that Arsenal is playing Fulham at Craven Cottage, and Willian is a player who is playing for Fulham, and he was asked about his time at Arsenal, and he's really regrettive, very much regrettive. He said, "I wish I never left Chelsea. I'm happy now. I'm at Fulham now, so enjoying myself there. This is life. I was excited when I signed with the Arsenal. I was training hard, but it just didn't work." And they terminated his contract. So he's not happy. And he's regretting as to why he left Chelsea. But he left Chelsea in the name of money. In the name of money. And he made a money decision. He never made a footballing decision. You get? Arsenal was giving him £300,000 a week. They got him a very good sign-on fee that was very handsome and attractive. So it put him in a situation of really snubbing Chelsea, because Chelsea was not willing to go north of £300,000 a week. Yet Arsenal was willing to go that far. And he left for free, came to Arsenal. The first 2-3 games, Willian looked great, but the next games was really known to the player that Edu and Arteta had signed, and they said, all right, Bamush. They agreed, and on mutual consent, they terminated the contract. So he's really regretting, but God gave him a second chance to return to the Premier League, playing at Fulham, and is one of the most important players. And today he's really going to be facing Arsenal, especially his former teammate Ben White, because he plays onto the left, attacking side of the midfield sometimes, and the other times he's played as a right winger, and he's really deadly. He's really deadly. Willian is a deadly player, and at Craven Cottage is one of those players that Arsenal should keep an eye on, because on a good day, he can single-handedly win that game. And today, he'll be coming in through to prove to Arsenal that you didn't have to terminate my contract. You would have waited a little bit longer. I would have gone ahead to fit in like a glove in your team. But Arteta is no nonsense man. He felt like, why should we be playing? Why should we be playing? Why should we be paying a player £300,000 a week when he's not really delivering game in, game out? Now, Arsenal is one of those teams that has always been criticized about their celebrations they make every time they win the game of football, and Mikel Arteta is going to hate to react to that as to why those celebrations have no harm. Sorry about that. Arteta said, if you win in football, you celebrate. You want passion and emotion. There is nothing better than scoring goals and winning football matches. So, if not, you go to church. For sure, I won't be telling players not to celebrate on Sunday. That is today. So, I find it insanical for a person to come out and attack a player or a team celebrating after getting a win. You get? It's like I've seen the defense of Manchester United. That is Rafael Varane, Diego Dallo, Lisandro Martinez punching the air and really chest hugging. You get? When they really make a clearance or a block. You get? Or a tackle that is really successful in the defender's box area that would have resulted into a goal. And obviously, they defend very well. You have to celebrate the moment. Do you know what's going to happen in the next game? You get? So, I also agree with Mikel Arteta that they should keep celebrating. Do you know why? When are they going to celebrate? At the end of the season, what if they don't win the Premier League? They have to celebrate every moment. They're supposed to be cheerful. And I looked at FA coming out to say that they want to ban Arsenal according to how they celebrated against Bournemouth, that the officials stepped on the field of play when the game had not yet come to an end. I said, what the hell is this? Instead of really looking through the first goal that Arsenal conceded against Bournemouth that was offside, they are not going that side. They are just going onto the celebrations, and thank God they came out and said they're not going to charge Arsenal. It was really abysmal to hear that. The FA was looking into that, not calling upon the VAR official who never really looked at the goal that Billing scored against Arsenal in the first minute because the players had crossed the line. So, to me, I think they should continue to be celebrant. That's it. Because when you look at the likes of Zinchenko, he celebrates every moment. The way he really rallies up the fans of Arsenal every time they're really feeling like things are not going to happen. Like in the game of Bournemouth, however much it was 2-0, he was telling them, you guys, keep cheering, keep cheering, keep cheering, keep cheering. So when you look at such things happening in the game of football at Arsenal, you need not to attack them because criticism is called up for, but on what context? Every person coming out and basing his criticism on the context of Arsenal celebrating, then he has never played the game. And I'm really worried and really pissed when I find out that some people making such statements played the game of football and they used to celebrate every win. So, to me, according to my own understanding, celebrating a win is okay. And I wish Arsenal should celebrate more and more and more wins because you don't know what the end of the season is going to give you. So, enjoy the moment, celebrate it, and obviously, cheer up with the fans because those fans, when the game is done, they're on the pitch for like 10 minutes and they want to see you cheering them up and celebrating with them. You get? So those things have been here. We've seen teams celebrate, and there is the way it gives or creates more thirst to the players to go on and really win the next game because every time they are losing, they'll miss out on a moment. So they don't want to miss out on they don't want to miss out on any moment. They want to catch up on every moment. Those are the fans and the players. So with the connection that Mikel Arteta brought back between the fans of Arsenal and the players, so I think cheering is really okay. So guys, your thoughts on Jesus? Your thoughts on Mikel Arteta getting the Gabriel Jesus signing decision right are welcome in the comment section below. Do you agree with Jamie Carragher that Jesus is doing a better job at Arsenal than Richarlison at Spurs? I want to see your reactions there. And who would you have thought Arsenal would have bought? Do you think Richarlison would have come in first, or the right decision was made? So, what's your take about Willian? He's regretting for having joined Arsenal, that It really gave him a very huge setback, but he's now back at Fulham and playing very well and enjoying himself. And lastly, the celebrations. Would you like the Arsenal players to stop celebrating after the game, or you would love them to continue until the end of the season and see whether they lift up the trophy? So that's it for now. Smash the like button close to 200 times. We are returning here with the match day live. It's going to come in at 4:30. At 4, I'm first going to go to United Matters channel, do the match day live there. Then I'll come here at 4:30. 30 minutes to the game, and we talk a little bit about the game. Today is a Sunday. If at all you've gone to church, thank you very much. If at all you've prayed at home, that's okay, because God is everywhere. He's omniscient. So I sign out for now. See you later. May God empower you like never before. Bye-bye.